Alright, so in the previous video we took a look at how to do frequency response in LT-Spice. We plotted the magnitude and the phase. Currently I have this in dBs, which I don't want. We talked about how we want to switch it over to linear so we can actually get the linear behavior. We haven't talked about Bode plots just yet, so we want to stick to linear for now. And what I want to show in this video is how to use cursors to plot particular data points on these curves so that we can examine the magnitude and the phase at different frequencies. And what's neat is that you can actually plot the data point that you're interested in and have LT-Spice save a little marker on that point with the data plotted right there on the graph. It's really nice for submissions. It's nice for your own good if you want to save your plot settings with those in there. We'll take a look at those, and I basically just took two data points from the slides that we had found for this particular circuit, and we're going to take a look at what those look like in Spice over here using the cursor. So let's go ahead and do that. So you see, if I look up in this window right here, if I hover over this trace, it says click to attach cursor. So if I click, this cursor window pops up. I'm going to drag that over here nice and out of the way, and it shows me the frequency of my cursor, the magnitude, and the phase. I gotta be honest, I'm not 100% sure what this group delay is doing. However, what we care about is the frequency, the magnitude, and the phase. So if I go and grab my cursor and move it around, right, you can see that my frequency changes, my magnitude and my phase also change. And so I put these data points here so that we could kind of back check if what I did in the slides was correct. So let's take a look at what it says at 100 Hertz. Unfortunately, you cannot come in here and enter a frequency. I try to type and nothing happens. It would be really great if you could, but you cannot. And so I'm going to just go down to 100 Hertz and try and get as close as I possibly can to 100 Hertz without going past it. Well, I went past it. That's pretty good. And so we see 846.58, so roughly 0.847. This is milli, of course, so this is 0.847, and that's exactly what I saw in the slides, with a phase of negative 32.15 degrees. I got negative 32 degrees in the slides, so that's great. And so what I could do now is I can right-click and I can say draw cursor position. And look at what LT-Spice does. It puts a little arrow right to that position with the frequency and the magnitude, particularly because this is the magnitude plot. And so what I could do is I could just come here and I can make some tweaks to this if I wanted to. Just delete a couple decimals. I could even say, get rid of this milli and just say 0.846. And now I've got a nice little data marker on my plot. And so let's say I wanted to now go to 300 Hertz, and we'll see what that looks like. Try and get pretty close to 300. And I gotta be pretty precise here. Try one more. If I go too far, There it is. Alright, so I've got 0.468, which in this case I got 0.469 in the slides, which is great, and negative 62 degrees for the phase, and I got negative 62 degrees here, which is fantastic. And so let's go ahead and right click, and we can say draw cursor position, and the same thing happens. Of course, I can delete some of this precision. I could say 300.2 Hertz, and I could go ahead and put 0.468 and just delete all this other stuff and just say okay. And so those are my two data points. They obviously match what I got in the slides, and that's great. This is just a neat trick for analyzing the data in Spice. And what you can do, so I'm going to close this cursor window, is you can say file, save as, and you can save your plot settings. You can save your plot file so that when I close this and I rerun it, I get those data points right back. Okay, so you can see that it saved all my plot settings, including my cursor positions that I wanted to draw in there. So this is really nice for saving particular data points of interest when you're working on circuits. And so I'm going to go ahead and end this video here, but just wanted to show you guys how to use the cursors and how to draw the cursor positions in case this comes in handy in this class or in the future for you.